What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon. I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the Noob universe. This is going to be the first episode of the Noob universe where we talk about a movie. We're going to give you a full breakdown of Alien Romulus. Obviously, me and Mark have both been excited to see it, and I'm very curious to see what Mark thinks, because you know Mark, he's a hater. So
that's it. He told me not to come into the intro, but that's it. That is, I cannot stand for that. I am not a hater.
This is the Alien Romulus spoiler review. Quick shout out to my minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of the Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. Perks. Alright, so firstly, say hi Mark.
Oh, sorry. Hi Mark.
So obviously, I was excited for this film. Were you excited for the film?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was excited. I didn't see the last trailer because I started watching it.
The last trailer was too much, yeah.
Yes, I started watching it and I said, you know what, Mark? No, this is going to be... No, so I stepped away and I switched it off. But I saw the teaser, the two teasers.
Okay, well, let's start with what maybe we liked about it, and then maybe we'll go into maybe what we didn't like as well. How about that?
Yeah, well, okay. So, being a big franchise. Do you want me to go first?
I think I should go first because I normally have very little to say, and you always have a lot to say.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So, I definitely thought it was enjoyable. What did I like about it though? I mean, the story was fine. I like the story. The characters were okay. Like, there were cool moments, right?
No, don't. Why? Are you telling me or are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
Let's bounce.
Okay,
I'm almost run out of stuff to say.
Okay. So you're asking me, ask me if the characters were okay.
Well, I love the synthetic, like Andy.
Okay.
I love the relationship that he had with her.
Okay, so I thought Andy was the most interesting character. Yeah. The rest of the characters I couldn't really give a shit whether they'd lived or died. But
it was cool that they made you feel for him, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, he was the most interesting character. The rest of them were not, afterthoughts. They didn't really couldn't care. That scene with the girl on the other side of the window, and you open the door.
Didn't care.
Didn't care. Yeah, live or die didn't matter to the story.
Yeah, so definitely the characters weren't memorable, I guess. They didn't have, like Aliens, obviously every character is so...
Alien as well. You cared for them. You know, their banter. Lambert, when Lambert died, you were upset. And, it was just, the characters were great. You cared about them, yes. They curated backstories for them. You cared about them, yes.
There was backstories for these guys, but it was just like a group of teens. You knew they were all just going to die.
They're just a group of Gen Zers in space.
But were there any little Easter eggs that you noticed that were cool?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Easter eggs are great. Like right from the beginning, you had the water bird thing.
Yeah, that's right.
That was like the first thing I noticed.
That's fine. That's a tie into Weyland-Yutani, of course. But do you want to finish? Are you finished? Are you finished?
I'll keep bouncing. Okay. Now.
Okay.
Carry the show as always.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So first of all, I'll tell you what I did like. Okay. First, all right. Then we'll talk about what we didn't like. All right. So what I liked was the production design, the spaceships.
Fantastic.
The music was great. The sets were great. the aliens looked good. Being not CGI, some of them had suits. The face huggers looked great. The spaceships looked great. The way they travelled into space, just everything looked good. Except, right, and then, all right. So that's the good. But
like, there was also things that we hadn't seen in any other Alien movies before. They'd never done a cocoon, right?
Okay, I can give you an update on why that was.
Okay, so we've never seen a cocoon.
No, never seen the cocoon.
We've never seen. I loved the face huggers, that there were so many of them. It felt like a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're running down the hall, like you've never seen that in another Aliens movie. Except for from video games when they like all come out at once. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, of course.
And the bit where they're running down and they turn the room temperature up to match the, like that. No, don't like it. All right.
I liked it, but the stupidity of these characters you just shake your head and go, the stupid decisions they made were just, the whole movie was stupid, like in some parts, So why not put some, if you're going to go through an area where there's all face huggers, why not put a spacesuit on? Yes, and people will say, well, in Alien, the first movie, a face hugger went right through a spacesuit. But how are they going to know that?
But did they have access to them?
Well, she did at the end.
Yeah, at the end, because she was in a different part of the ship.
Yeah, but you tell me that they're in space.
I don't know. That's too much. Let's looking into it too much.
Come on, man. It's a ship. They went for cryo, and you tell me they couldn't find spacesuits.
Yeah, I know, but like...
No. Of course there's spacesuits. Everyone would have spacesuits.
I think that's too much.
No, it's not.
All right, keep going.
Just stupidity.
You know what I thought was interesting? You know the pulse rifles, how they called them the M44?
Yeah.
I thought, because it's an earlier movie, I thought they would have been an earlier model.
It's like the director, which is a great director, by the way. I'm not bagging the director, but it's like the studio executives gave him production notes, like bullet points. You got to have this in it. You got to have that in it. You got to make sure you put this in it. Make sure you put this line in it.
And those things you're talking about, are they like paying homage to the franchise?
They're not paying homage. They just can't come up with anything original.
Okay. What are these things in the notepad you got there?
Oh, okay. Die, motherfucker! No, to come up with something different. What else? The Rook, which he looked so poor. That CGI looks so bad.
Yeah, it was interesting.
He looked like a Team America dummy. Everything else is good. With CGI, that was bad.
There wasn't really much CGI though in the rest of the movie.
No, but that was bad. You're telling me that you see this gaping hole in where the artificial person was standing, and you didn't see the alien hanging from the roof? I mean, come on, man.
See, I saw your video from your mate, Critical Drinker, and I know he mentioned that as well, which is why I knew you were going to have bad things to say about this.
He's not my mate, but I do like him.
I know.
But, you know, it's just stuff like the repurposed stuff, like the pulse rifle. You know?
Yeah, I just thought it would have been like an M40.
You have my sympathies. The man-child at the end of the film.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Fuck, that third act sucked.
So
it started off okay, until a certain point of the movie, where it just got bad. And hang on, I'm not finished.
Okay.
Right, so the face huggers, where do they come from? Oh yeah, the black goo. He extracted the DNA from the... What? What
do you mean where the face huggers
Where did the face huggers come from? Was there an egg? Was there a queen? No, you know why? Because Ridley Scott doesn't like the queen. Yeah, anyway, so they grew them from a DNA, right? That's what the explanation. But you tell me these things are a bio weapon, and they keep them just frozen, not in a secure package, not in a secure casing. No, they just leave them frozen ice. I just found that really odd. And for a fact that the face huggers are coming at them like baseball, and they're sorting them off like baseballs. I mean, that was ridiculous, right?
That could happen.
And since when did incubation take like 15 minutes?
Yeah. Okay, I get that, but for the sake of the story, come on, man.
I think talking about face huggers, I think we should bring in our guest.
All right, who's our guest?
All right, our guest is Bob, right here. Hey, Bob, how you going?
Bob's been here for years.
Yeah, and finally he's got a voice. Let's see, Bob. Let's ask Bob some questions. So, Bob, did you have any relatives? No. Oh, okay. He's not saying anything. He's not saying anything now.
It's quiet today.
So quiet today. Were you involved in the movie at all, Bob? No, of course not. Since you're not saying anything, we're going to go on and talk about the third act.
Okay.
About the man-child.
Okay. So, look, to be honest, I enjoyed the movie. I think the only thing I didn't really like was probably that end part. And it was more so because of what it looked like. So when that happened, when you see the man-child, or whatever you want to call it, is that what they've called it?
I don't know, and I don't really care.
I was like if Prometheus didn't exist, I would have hated that ending so much. But because it kind of looked like an engineer, I was like, oh, I guess there's some sort of connection, I guess. But I didn't like that end.
Oh, it was awful. It was horrible. Horrible. That was so bad. And for her to go back for Andy, like there was no emotional connection. I can understand the emotional connection, but it's no Ripley. It's no Newt.
Yeah,
again, the repurpose of the repurposing. So I just find it that they just couldn't come up with anything original, man. Like the main character was okay, but she's forgettable.
Yeah. So she's definitely, she didn't really have any moments that made her like cool.
And that line, get away from her. You bitch. I mean, again, no originality, mate.
Yeah, all my mates cringed at that one.
That was awful.
So one of the breakdowns I watched, they were saying, it was not so a negative breakdown, but they were saying that earlier in the movie, you know the guy that hates Andy? The cousin that hates Andy because his parents died?
Yeah.
He calls Andy a bitch a few times in the beginning. They're like, that's maybe how he got the...
I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
That dude?
Yeah.
The British dude?
Yeah.
There's something in the water. What didn't you like about the man-child?
They didn't need it. They didn't need a man-child. Like, why would she inject herself with the goo anyway? She made it into the pod, so she would have survived. So why stick herself with that goo? You know, and it's just the goo. They just put that goo in there, man, just to tie themselves into Prometheus, just to put that into the law. Don't worry about a queen. Don't worry about what James Cameron did. You know, forget it. You know, because wasn't the highest grossing Alien movie. Oh no, let's just forget about that one because Ridley Scott didn't make that movie. As if the Nostromo would survive. Any pieces of the Nostromo would survive. Seriously. Like, it had 5 or 4 nuclear warheads go off.
Yeah, that's the thing that...
It would obliterate it. Obliterate everything. But no, these pieces of the Nostromo floating.
I guess, like I said, I actually enjoyed most of the movie. I think I just didn't really like it.
I did too.
But the thing... Did you like the scene with the gravity?
Yeah, that was interesting, with the acid. It was okay.
But you know what I thought? It
was different. I liked that because it was different.
One thing I didn't like about the part of the movie that I did like was there wasn't really much xenomorph. Like, there wasn't a lot of xenomorph in it, don't you think? It was very similar to the original one. All they really showed was a couple of shots and then the close-ups of the mouths. I wanted more xenomorph action.
So are you telling me that Weyland-Yutani, who, you know, seemed to be like the evil corporation, they lost contact on that space station and wouldn't send anyone? But these people who were the only ones who detected it, floating around?
The other thing I was thinking was weird was, you know how they fly up into space in the first place? I was like, are they allowed to do that?
Yeah,
Are they allowed to just fly into space? I didn't think that.
After she came out of saying, no, you can't leave because your contract's been extended by 5 years. So what, they just stole the spaceship and fucked it? Well, can't they just leave like that? But they didn't explain that. Like, you know, it would have been nice to explain, well, you can't leave because then Weyland-Yutani would hunt you down and bring you back. You know, like it's against the law or something to leave a contract. I don't know. But you know, it's just a bit odd. So as soon as I got to the third act, I just went, it just went off the rails. Like, I love that scene at the door when he's going, open the door, Andy. He's going, no. He's going, but you know, the alien's right there. And he goes, well, that's what the alien wants us to do. He wants us to open the door. And I love that. I love that. That was great.
So I would say that I liked Alien Romulus. Would you say you didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I'll put it in the same category as Alien Resurrection.
Okay, give me 1 sec, right? So I want to give you a rating out of 10, but I want you to turn away first because I'm going to predict your rating, right, out of 10. All right? So what's your rating out of 10? What do you give it out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 5.
Oh, I was off. Like 5? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
5 because halfway through the film it was good and then the other half was crap.
I guess 7 because we've done reviews before where Mark just complains and bitches and moans about a movie and goes, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. All right. Where do you rank it in the franchise? Because for me, and I'll go first, for me, I thought it was a great movie as far as, like, I think it's the Alien movie that we've needed. I just think compared to some, I mean, the Prometheus movies, like I like Prometheus. There was just things about it
I don't class that as an Alien film.
But it is. It's part of the franchise. And
I like Prometheus. I don't like
Covenant. Wasn't
Covenant sucked.
But I think this was the style of movie that we've been needing, rather than the cheesiness of Resurrection and things like that, and the AVP movies.
Movie.
So for me, I rank it third. I like Aliens the most. Then probably the original, and then I would say this because I think this.
Not Alien 3. You don't like Alien 3?
I don't mind. Like, it's better than what people give it credit for, but I enjoyed this more.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you. Yeah, all right. I'll do the same.
Really?
Yeah. Look, it's better than Resurrection. It's probably better than Alien 3.
Prometheus is good. But again, the thing I didn't like about Prometheus is what they did to the space jockey and how they made the engineers the space jockey. That just doesn't work for me. So get this.
That's
right.
another video, mate.
So this is a franchise. This is one of our favourite franchises. I mean, more for Mark.
It is my
favourite franchise.
More than Star Wars.
And the movie that he gave a 5 out of 10 is the 3rd best movie in the franchise. How bad? It's bad.
It's bad. Like I said, it went good halfway through the film. Well, the third act, it just went off the rails. I just thought the repurposing of lines and plot and storylines, and that, it just went off the rails. I'll never forgive them. Like they had a good opportunity to make something original, you know, and even start a new franchise. And that's the same with AVP or with Predator Prey, you know.
Well, there's a new Alien series coming out.
Yeah, TV show. Yeah,
I'm pumped for that too.
Isn't that supposed to be like part of the video game character Ripley's daughter or something?
I thought it was a prequel to everything.
I have no idea.
I think in the timeline it's in the
What's
earliest.
it called?
Alien Earth.
Alien, is that what it's called? Alien Earth. Is that what I've been seeing on the internet?
I think
Alien
it's
Earth.
supposed to be the very first in the timeline.
Oh, and when's that coming out? Where is it coming?
Probably never. I think it's I think it's like Prey. I think it's one of those things. So
are you looking forward to the new Predator film? Prey 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's that going to be set? Do you know?
I think it's set during the war.
What war?
One of the world wars. I think. I could be completely wrong.
I thought they were going to do the story about the gun.
No, they won't do that. No, you wish. You wish they do what you want.
Because Prey. No, that's what I thought. Because Prey, that's how it finished off, didn't it? She got that gun.
Yeah, it will probably. The gun will probably make a cameo. Maybe we'll see.
Oh.
All right.
Prey wasn't that good.
What?
It wasn't that good.
Go back and watch our Predator video.
It wasn't that good. It was good, and again,
it's one of those movies he said it wasn't good, then he gave it an 8 out of 10.
Dude, it wasn't that good. She couldn't even kill a bear. What did she do? She kills a predator.
All right, that's all we have for you today. Make sure you guys leave in the comments whether you like the movie, where you rank it in the franchise, and whether Mark was just talking absolute garbage today.
And whether Bob here should have said something.
And don't forget, if you guys enjoy this show and you want extended versions of this show.
I don't talk garbage. What? I don't talk garbage.
So much garbage.
See what I have to put up with? He tells me but garbage. Why do I talk garbage?
If you guys want to hear more,
what is this?
If you guys want to hear more of Mark's garbage, consider channel membership because you get all the garbage in extended episodes.
I just talk garbage. Yeah, I just talk shit. What would I know? What would I know? I just own a comic book store. That's all I know. You know, I wouldn't know. How do I? I have no clue about life or aliens.
Yeah, you've only had 100 years on the planet.
100 years on the planet.
Say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
And keep it simple.